Hopefully I'm not too loud than any sounds going on. But there's no way to have pre-music when the only music is actually in the game. So I'm probably a little loud right now, being the only sound, but it's the only way I can start this. So anyway, thank you, Coop, and anyone else who ends up showing up to my streaming of, and mostly blind, of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I've been super excited to play this. Sorry if I'm not super hyped, because it's 10 o'clock, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna transition and get something playing in the background, because gotta have something. So let me move my one earpiece off my ear so I can better tell what my own speaking volume is, so I don't talk a little too loud. Also, the game might be a little loud. I tried doing some adjustments. I don't know if I'm going to be too loud or what's going on in the game, so I just kind of went with this, and hopefully it's good enough. But anyway, to preface, I've been looking forward to a Castlevania III style game for a very long time. I mean, I would say probably since the N64 era, when everything started moving away from being about having limitations and having your games built around those limitations to get as much out of them as possible. And like, really since that era, games have kind of gone downhill to an extent. Granted, there's still some gems that pop up here and there, but also is a little too triumphant for that. I guess it is triumphant because we finally have a Castlevania III style game. Now, while it's not exactly like Castlevania 3, there's definitely noticeable influences, like the sound chip. All the sound in this game is designed and built as if they were making a Castlevania 3, successor follow-up on the NES, using the VRC6 chip. Sounds fantastic. Part of what gives it its unique character is its the phase never. I'll explain. You have a waveform, and usually how most, at least a lot of older consoles went, is you have the waveform and it starts at the beginning, and you go from there. But the VRC6 chip, most of its waveforms have the beginning of the phase randomly set, so there's always slight differences every time you listen to the same track, based upon where the phase is. Now, granted, I doubt that this game has been built as if there's a VRC6 coprocessor in the game, so I highly doubt that's going to be the case, but it will have the characteristics of that. I don't know what else to say. I guess I just gotta jump into it. The game is good, at least from what I've played. You have generic options. I'm not gonna go into the options screen. You can basically pick your controller, what you want your buttons to be. You can pick what you want to use for confirm, back or decline. Then your attack, your sub-weapon, etc. Sub-weapon is set to an actual button, much like Super Castlevania IV and Bloodlines. Not a fan of that. I personally like the up and B style, which is what most people prefer. That's why they went back to it in Symphony of the Night, and why they've done it in most of their games since. Even with newer titles, such as, like, Aria of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, etc. I don't think there is one in, I don't think they use it in Order of Ecclesia, but that's because it's a different system. you have 2 different buttons for 2 different weapon runes, or 2 weapon cliffs, and then you have, like, I think either a passive or something else. Basically, the combat in the game's a little bit dumbed down, but it's still very, very good. And there's nothing wrong with disliking the up and B. Normal. Ah! And of course, we gotta go veteran. Now, there's no voice acting here, or probably anywhere. But it has the whole scrolling text thing from Castlevania III. Granted, it's a lot slower than Castlevania 3's. The text goes at an appropriate reading pace. This is... You kind of catch up to it, and then you're kind of waiting, and then you get done, and you have to wait for it to scroll, but still, I like the touch. And I like the story that's built upon. I actually really like it when games give some kind of, you know, some prelude or some information as to what you're going into, instead of like you're just in the game. A couple examples of great games that have done it. Castlevania 3. Mega Man X does it, not so much with the, you click the game and it gives it to you, but more with the, you know, pre-game intro stuff that can play that you just let it go. It doesn't tell you exactly what's going on, but it at least sums up the parts that you might be confused about, or might be wondering about. Especially if you, like, read the box, it'd be even easier. And granted, this obviously doesn't come in a box, but... Exactly. Zangetsu is out for blood. Now... But... Oop, 1 second. My right side of my glasses was slightly tilted. That was weird. Alright, so... I am Zangetsu. And Zangetsu plays a lot like Hugh Baldwin from Circle of the Moon, which might be part of the reason why it's called Curse of the Moon. Granted, he's not the character you play as, but as the rival character in that game. But essentially, he plays like him in a lot of ways. It would be cooler if he was more badass like Hughes is, because Hughes is super hard to fight. But basically, his gimmick is he has a sword, and he has like no other gimmicks. Your starting sub-weapon, because they start you with a sub-weapon, is this weird upward whip. I don't know if you can use it to swing on ceilings, like say in Bloodlines you can, but it's still decent nonetheless. I really don't like Zangetsu's sub-weapons, but that's okay. Weapon in the top right is your hearts counter. There's a limit to how much you can have. I think that's pretty fair because in classic Castlevania you can generally overbuild up your hearts, and then you just spam sub-weapons until you win. So I do like that little change. I got nothing against that. The little magical pots that drop are your hearts. Score in the top right is score. I really don't care about that. Lives in the top left is your lives. The little bar under it is your health. And every character has their own individual health. At first, I hated this concept, but seeing how difficult the game is, I'm okay with it. Anyway, now that I've rambled, now we can commence. Art style is very Castlevania 3, granted newer-esque. The castle tiling in the background and some of the floor here is very Castlevania 3. Enemies having the slight aura so they stand out and pop out from the background is also very classic Castlevania, as you might remember with the bats and such. Crows are another example of one that does it. But these enemies appear to be our generic zombies. That's all I know about them. I don't know. Standard ghost. I actually like the ghost design, it's pretty cool. Also, on some staircases, they actually have a walkable path here. so you don't have to like do leaps of faith always. But it's a nice touch. I for the most part have liked the places they have them. Also, you can't jump off the stairs like in Rondo of Blood, which is saddening, but you can jump onto stairs like Super Castlevania 4 and Bloodlines. Bloodlines you can jump off the stairs, I think. Super Castlevania 4 you can't. I'm okay with the limitation. I got no problems against it. I do wonder if I have Miriam, if I can go up there, because Miriam has a whip, a high jump, and can slide. But we'll get to that when we acquire her. Also, I need to readjust my headset slightly. No, don't you slide. There we go. The colored candles are your sub-weapons, which I don't know if I hate. It's very Ninja Gaiden-esque, which there's I'm trying to remember what it is. There's another thing in this game that's very Ninja Gaiden-esque, which I don't have a problem with. I actually think it's cool that it draws some inspiration from it. Because I think comparatively, there's not too many games that have the whole you break a thing to get an item or a power. So if you have to make a pick, it fits. I apparently can't go through this. I believe that's supposed to be a door. I don't know if it's not functioning or something, or if there's a certain condition like backtracking. Hearts or hell. I'm really sad to see that it's not a unique style of meat, like instead of it being like the big meat on the bone, it being like maybe a plate of food or something. But that's okay. And yeah, hearts or hell? Wyatt? I will say this is a gripe I have about the game. I like the signs because I think it's cool that you can maybe put cryptic hints or stuff like there. You know, basically like a Simon's Quest if you don't do it shittily. But what I hate about this is by the time you've reached this sign, as I've already shown, I can use sub-weapons, as I've already used, and weapon points, which we've already discovered that there's lamps that you destroy, and the potions that drop give you weapon points. And then the different colored lamps that I already explained contain various sub-weapons. Like, I'm sorry, but that's actually bad game design doing that. Like, either you do it early on when people have no clue, or you don't do it at all, because by then, humans are intelligent enough to have figured it out on their own. So far that's my, gotta dock a point. Ooh, the heart instead of meat. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It makes sense, you know, heart for health. So I like the little touch here, where you're behind the scenery. That's really nice. And in fact, this is something that could be done in the NES. This isn't like a, oh man, fancy new tech, like... Oh, I can't. Dang. Alright, so basically in short, like the box cart and everything like that, you would consider that as an object instead of as a foreground. So like this could be done. It would definitely create sprite flickering normally when it's done, but very doable on the NES. Okay, real quick, I can just run. I do like the explosion. Very Shovel Knight-esque. And having the, over-the-top braking. In fact, even the sound effect is very, I think, reminiscent of Shovel Knight. Yeah, I am giving today's gamers a lot of credit. But I feel like, this is my thoughts, I feel like anyone who's picking up this game, either A, is a backer, B, knows of it and is a fan of Castlevania, like the old Castlevania, or even the newer Castlevania, and that's probably know of Bloodstained in general, or C, are a gamer just following the hype train, and if we're talking like the lesser 33%, if I give equivalent percentages, which I think it's probably going to be more favorable that it's like 20 or lower, if they gotta have a hard time learning the game and whatnot, that's fine. It's not like there isn't like, you know, an option menu that says all your controls, or like when you're making your controller configuration, it brings stuff up. So I do think that there's ways around it. Here's another, and this is a perfect example of why I really like the little, like, above the stairs. Now, I don't know if I can push down and fall through it. I don't want to find out, though. I will say this game does feel very punishing. Like, it's actually not easy, which is good. Or at least on veteran, it's not easy. Whoops. I will say I like the fact that those are more like the crows, and that they kill themselves when they hit you, and not like the actual ghosts. Nope. It's a dark talisman. Oh, now I understand why. My left side of my glasses are slightly loose. Actually. Versus the one thing part of the problem is stemming because I have my headset off-center on my head, so I can have one ear free. But, oh, it's much better now, though. But yeah, so like, all in all, game's pretty nice. Also, you can get health out of candles, or lamps in this case, which is also a thing that got introduced in Castlevania IV. I am mixed on it. I don't hate it. But I do... Oh no. First boss. But on my previous point, I'm mixed on it. I prefer when you just find it only in walls, but it's easier to balance if people know where everything is, so... Also, your jump's on an arc, so you can't have, like, fluid control on, jumping over that. But, I really do like the design of this boss. Also like the theme. The theme's good. Puts a heavy emphasis on the VRC6's Saw, which is like the dominant sound. There we go. And also this boss definitely does more than what he's doing right now. He does more things. I don't know if it's set time, or I gotta go from the bottom up. Oh, dang it. Come on, do one of your other things. I know you do other things. Makes me sad when, cause I don't know if you have time for 4 swipes, but, I feel like 3 is a good save number. Either I'm not doing enough damage, or he just refuses to do his other attack. Basically, he'll shoot like a big charge shot from his chest. Also, I found this out on accident last time, but, Rondo of Blood death attacks. Which, if you haven't played enough of Rondo of Blood yet, enemies always do a death blow. Some of them are particularly unfair. Now, this I would say is probably my second gripe. I find it weird. Granted, it might make sense when actually playing like actual Bloodstained. But from what I can tell, demons entrapped people inside them. Also, it's the first time I've ever heard the term Shardbinder. So I'm guessing that's what they decided to go on name-wise, which is okay. I almost feel like Shardbearer would have been better, but... And now we got the character of the game, in my opinion. I actually think the game is heavily balanced around Miriam. I think Zangetsu now at this point becomes basically just a meat shield. Miriam has less health, but, you know, Zangetsu sucks, so can do some good things. High jump. Can do some good back whipping. And she is the main character of the real game, that is correct. But, alright, so on to another gripe I have. We just got a character. And in the controls and everything, it informs you that L and R can be used to switch characters and etc., which is how you switch characters. But now we have to have this, which granted, at least it's telling you when you acquire the character, but I'm so familiar with the whole hit buttons and learn, like the old-fashioned way, that I actually don't like this. Also, I hate this. Because, or I shouldn't say hate. Hate's too strong of a word. I'm mixed on it, because basically what this is saying is, hey, you can find paths with other characters. I feel like that's a no-duh kind of thing. And then also, whenever I reach a crossroads, I'll take the shortest path with that fill. I also don't like that because it makes it feel like I have to take the shortest path now. What's, like, why can't I just explore and not have to think about it and just go my own way? So, those are some of my small gripes. Doesn't mean the game isn't good, just, you know, fine-tuning. And then, this explains why there's random skeletons, like, pointing and stuff. I'm more okay with it now after reading this. And this informs you that you can switch characters because they have separate health. It doesn't tell you they have separate health, but it basically informs you with that last bit. And then also this informs you the sub-weapon system that's in Castlevania III. Everyone has their own sub-weapons, and you can't interchange them. Grant is an exception in 3 because you can also use the axe, but... And then this tells me about Miriam, which... Another, like, can I just play the character? So those are some of my gripes. Like, other than that, I haven't found any problems. It's mostly just, please assume I'm a more intelligent human being. That's basically it. Also, this theme, the actual Bloodstained theme of this, for a brief bit, is in, geez, one of their, I guess, teaser video things from like about a year ago, showing an area, a new area that they're working on. Do I have to check signs? No. But the fact they're there makes you want to know what's on them, because maybe it's something interesting. How do I not know that I check it and there's like some cryptic clue that I have to find out? Like, basically make the signs be more worth my time. is how I feel about it. Anyway, this track's amazing. Game at this point is still pretty fair. that would kind of suck. I really like this track though. This was the one track that I was hoping would be made for this game. Because it has this like Asian flair to it, but it feels very it just feels like it would be in a Castlevania game. Because basically like Bloodstained is kind of like a, I guess, quote-unquote Oriental Castlevania. Because, you know, you have like Shogun castles, etc. So like, it's very appropriate to make a game like that. Also, well, that's not what I wanted to do, but hey, I showed it off. Oh, thanks for going the other way. What'd I get? Oh, this is like some demon fire that makes me stronger. What? Oh, actually, I had a feeling. And so here's an instance where it's like I could go either way, but after... Oops. I'm losing my mind. So... Oh wait, I can transfer that over? Cool. Yes, it did, actually. That is actually canon. So... yeah. So there's two paths. I could go down, I could go up. I'm more inclined to go wherever the game tells me not to go. But I think I went down last time. So, basically in short, also... Oh! I feel like it came up from below and came up and wrapped around here the last time I played. Anyway, those things are frogs and they're terrible. They are heavily influenced by the frogs in stage 4, not alternative, like actual stage 4. It's the stage that has the theme Deadbeat play, but they're horned toads. The ones in Castlevania 3 are annoying as crap. These things are worse. But anyway, this game's version of you know, finding your own path and having multiple paths is less in going to new stages and more having more options in different branching paths in the stages themselves. If they get too close, they leap out, and they are the worst. I think if they... Do they have to have their eyes open to do it? I don't know. I don't want to find out. I hate them. They're terrifying. I kind of like both these powers. I guess I'm going for that. If I had Alucard... Or no. Not Alucard. Whatever his name is. I could fly up there, I think, maybe? It kind of looks like there's scenery behind it, but I could be wrong on that. Oh, I'm so glad the whip connected. I'm glad this whip is like Castlevania 3's whip. In Castlevania 1, when you whip and you kind of like have the middle land into stuff after the fact, there's a couple frames where it doesn't do anything, as I explained the other day. This one doesn't have that problem. Also, what is this hell? That's not what I wanted to see. Those enemies are going to be awesome in Bloodstained. They look really cool. Dang it, your comment, Coop. I like looked, and then the ghost was in a bad position. Also, when you die, you lose one of your characters. Timed and kinda suck. Also, you are correct. Oops, please, there we go. I have no idea how to get the character back. I think you just lose him until you lose everything. You mean the third time, Coop? I thought I could make the jump. I was like, I got this. Nope. No worries. It's all in the name of streaming. Also, I love the screen clicker. If those things get on land, they're awful. Because unlike the ones in C3 that kind of do things every so often, also, are the sub-weapons always random? I don't know if I like that, because then you can't pre-plan. You just get the shit thrown at you and you're like, I guess I use this. So, I don't know how I feel about that. It's kinda cool, but also kinda Whoops, that wasn't on me. I'm definitely not losing that. Yes, what I wanted. The only thing that he has that's any good. Except that whip's there again. That whip sucks. Some energy, something? Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's still early. There's pros and cons. Oh, that's why I get up here. Okay. Yeah, because I took the down path and I saw this and I was like, oh, I could fly up there, maybe. So I'm learning things. That's definitely for one up. Also, I love how long this whip is. That curse of, or sorry, that circle of the moon slide. Just as the doctor ordered. I love this dagger sub weapon, by the way. It's pretty awesome. Also, I wonder if you can go in that waterfall somehow. And I didn't realize it. Also, these bowmen suck. Nope, I want this. Worth it. It is effectively this game's cross. And then this is going to be an axe to show me off the axe. So I know a couple of them aren't random. That's really satisfying, by the way. Can I, there's something up here. Axe does crazy damage, very hard to use. And I kind of hate how I can't pause on the screen. Anyway, that little jar that I picked up is the one thing I was trying to remember that is a clear reference to Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden has these little scrolls that you pick up that increase your... I think it's actually called a weapon in that game as well. Or Ninpo or Ninjutsu or whatever term they want to use for it. It'll increase it by 10, and that's exactly what it did in Curse of the Moon. Which is... I'm 100% okay with that. If you're going to limit it, give a way to increase it. So, 100% okay with that. Ah, I just used it. Yeah, that's definitely what I want, without question. Oh yeah, I can just walk over and not care. Duh. What am I doing? You can... This boss to me feels, I made a mistake. Super appears, yeah, kinda. I don't remember what that's supposed to be, is it? Oh, just letting me know this is gonna happen again. Okay. Oh, it's sketchy as hell. Cool. Oh, fuck, that was my last one. That's concerning. I don't know if I actually have to break all these, or bad stuff happen. Well, I guess that wasn't too bad. Oops, don't do that. Miriam's too important. I think I got hit by this last time, actually. Yeah, I did. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Pretty awesome boss. First time I fought it, it killed me twice, as I wasn't sure as to like all the things that was going to be in the fight. Much easier now that I know what it does. And another person that was absorbed by a demon. Alfred an alchemist. Zankitsu had like half health, and I didn't know how much damage I would take, where at least Miriam had more max. So I took it with Miriam. Alfred an alchemist. Okay. I like everything that was said in this except for that last line. Like, how can you become an ally saying a line like that? I mean, granted, maybe that's just his character, he's very headstrong and straightforward. But they don't really... It doesn't give you good information on whereas that. This says exactly the same thing that we already learned. I kid you not. Not a passable trans, father. Go switching places. I'm gonna use a certain person. Okay. And then this tells us about Alfred, which... yeah, it probably is. Buster Rod, which is crap. Use Y to use alchemy. Well, it's sub-weapon. Basically, it's saying use alchemy, except it's a sub-weapon, so hit Y for sub-weapon. Yeah, Buster Rod. Yep. And now we are, as far as I've gotten. I have dabbled in this stage a little bit here and there. This stage is not easy, or at least it doesn't feel easy. What can I get? Okay. These Nekomata is what I'm assuming they're supposed to be. You know, as I've come to learn, a lot of the enemies in this game feel very SMT-esque. Like, I hate these things. I hate them. Whatever. Come at me. Time for some Ninja Gaiden Flame Wheel. I wonder if I can break this with him. No? Or not? Okay. That's intriguing. Mega Man Run. Yeah. Do I have currently? Daggers, I really do like the daggers. Daggers are pretty good. Oh, I should have kept what I had. Yep, that's some good holy water. Okay. If I'm gonna go this path, I absolutely need this. Sure, why not? Am I not close enough? Okay. Wow, Alfred has no health. That's good to know. Yeah, I have no need for that. Oh, they can only damage once, though. That's a... I think I like these from cross more than... I'm curious, how much does that take? I haven't really been paying attention to weapon costs. Real life? Well, that's not good. Really? You respawned? Really? I like barely even went off the screen if at all. Oh, they just spawn normally? I love the poison spiders in the chest. I think that's a really cool design. I really like their design. I think some of the enemy IDs in this game are very good. Like, I'm super excited to see how they look in actual... Also, this is another enemy I really like. The only game I know that's ever referenced that whole, like fire inflatable pig thing is actually Robopon, if you can believe that. I actually don't even think there's an SMT reference to that that type of creature. So that's kind of cool. Kind of glad to see that. No longer afraid of Dark Souls mimics. I don't know. Those are some creepy ass mimics. They have like spiderly legs and crap. They better not come running at me. Oh, he doesn't die to it? Some of this crap. Oh. Interesting. Doesn't just kill me. Good. That moment when you don't know how far it's gonna go down, you're just like, I'm sinking to my death. This is kind of a... Oh. This feels like a boss crossroad. On a side note, what are you? Is that a max life extension? Yeah, I had a feeling. I figured I could go Castlevania III on that. I wonder if the one Castlevania bug still exists. I don't know if that applies to... I don't know if that applied to everyone? Hi, Medusas. Or whatever you're technically supposed to be called. But Medusas. Wait, what? Okay, well, I know what the boss looks like, but I have no idea what to expect. He's as much as Zangoose used to have. Okay, so, thing here. Good. Can I go through the head? I can. That's a nice change. I'm so used to boss contact damage. So I guess I can just chill back and not care. Oh. That's really cool. Wait, what? Okay. I think it does. I don't know by how much, though. Same attack. Yeah. There's more health. He has more health. Okay. I can't see. Really? You're gonna end it without me being able to see? I know there's some enemies that have died quicker from his sword than her whip, but the damage is not much. It's like, say, half a heart compared to a full heart damage. Also, why is there skull everywhere now? I'm an ally. What? Isn't he supposed to be the bad guy? Hey look, it's that thing that we've read like 4 times already. Cool. Okay, so basically Alucard's attack from Symphony, or... Wow. Alucard's attack from Castlevania III. Turns into a bat like Alucard. Instead you... Or maybe he turns into other things and not just a bat. I know I have no weapon points, but interesting, because usually the trick with Alucard is you press down, and then you know, I think it's down and jump, which you can now jump while crouched. That's another thing we didn't even discuss. Can I do that? Nope. Okay. Now we are in essentially 99% blind territory, because I've probably seen the boss. Blasphemy into heaven. What? Wait, what? Oh, they're a different color. We're just gonna ignore that happened. Can't walk through this, right? I don't know how I feel about this track. This track is too slow. Oh, I got that help. Okay, so I know of this. Okay, so I'm not gonna do anything special in case I screw that up. Now's not the time to learn mechanics. Can I hit you from under here? I can. Alright. I'll get you in time. Oh yeah, it kinda does. Or at least the build up to it. I don't think the track's bad. The track's just kind of, I don't know, kind of slow for what usually you see in a Castlevania game. Also, Gerbil has no health. On a side note, I will say, this is the thing that I complained about initially and then kind of just accepted and didn't complain about again. Do I have to be moving forward to get off? I can't just jump up and land? Okay, no, I can. That was weird that it would let me on there for a little bit. Anything down here that I missed? But one of my complaints initially is it really felt like after you get a new character, the next stage is designed around having you use that character. And while it's not a bad thing, one of the things I liked a lot about Castlevania III is that even though there's multiple characters you can play as, you can literally beat the game with all characters, and there's no points where you're like, well, fuck, because I have this character, I can't do this or that. Like, it feels like the game is completely beatable with any character. Like, without question. Like, and like, you know, not like, you, like, have to, like, struggle to beat it with one of them. Like, it feels like it's pretty fair with all of them. Oh, wrong button. Well, I'm just gonna do this then, because they apparently allow me to do that for some reason. I like how he told me to get, like, the skeleton's like, go that way. It would have been way harder if I went that way. Stupid game. Well, I guess not stupid, but... The game has a mind of its own. I wonder if that enemy type just only does that. Okay. Oh. Alright, well, show me what you do. There you go. I guess I can't cheese it that easily. Oh. I messed up. What I needed to do is, get ice. I don't believe I can hurt him otherwise. I mean, I guess I could do this. Cool story, bro. Can I fall through that middle section now? Okay. No. No. I need a second to process this. This is honestly not that bad. I love the bird design now. They look like you know how Phoenix, like the look of Phoenixmon? I forget what Phoenixmon is based off of, but it's like the whole double-winged bird. That's what that looks like, except a very evil and dark version of it. Very cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna say no to forest fires. Oh, interesting. Alright. Okay, and no, I can't just drop down. Good to know. Is everything respawn? No? That's a nice touch. He wants me to go that way. I mean... I could, but it feels like more stuff is this way. I'm sorry, but I'm a Castlevania III guy, which means I like to cross. I like to cross a lot. So I could skip all of this, or I could go down again. And find out what lies front to me. Oh. Okay, cool. I'm actually okay with that. Peace. The game's like, go this way, and then I go a different way and I get a free life. Like, that's why I don't like the people with the fingers pointing you in a direction. Because it makes you feel like you should go to where they're pointing, and it's not the case. Could I get some heart? I need some heart out of a wall. charging at me, jeez. Terrifying. Bad situation. Not super good. Oh, well, hi there. If you jump down at me when I come up here, I'll be very angry. Man, what would I be doing without the frickin' cycle or the sickle boomerang? Like, this would be so much harder. Oh jeez. Oh, I can wait. I got time. Also, I like how the enemies are like inside my like status information up top. Oh yeah. I mean, to be fair, the time limit in Castlevania, like really, did you ever time out? Despite all the time you took messing around and such? Oh, purple one. Ooh. Gotta get that. More weapon energy. Alright, what is this? Ah, the one I haven't tried out yet. Really? I don't remember you timing out, and I just rewatched everything. Oh, yes. I think you almost timed out and died is what happened. Why can't I go straight down? Oop. Yeah, it's 2 HP, but like, it's mirroring. Yeah, I don't even care what's in that. And this boss, conceptually, is based off of the zombie dragon fight from Circle of the Moon. I have no idea what to expect though. Okay. That just cannot be the end of this fight. No, what am I doing? What? Okay. That's something I wouldn't have been able to know. Oh, that's good to know. It's weird to me that I can duck. I don't have to duck that. Dude, my hands are sweating to this. Well, like, this isn't like, not like at an immediate loss of getting killed. It's still stressful. Nope. Curse you, Castlevania controls. I'm glad I don't have to dodge a death blow this time. That's nice. Because everyone has no HP. No new character? Nothing? Okay. Fancy. From that dress that has no back. Very Chinese-esque. Sunder the Night. I love the word Sunder. Hey, look, it's based off that area from the demo. Also, we're on a ship and underwater. That's kind of cool. It's also the title theme, or the main, the entrance theme of Bloodstained. I'm pretty sure it's the entrance. No. Those things are awful. Go that way. I mean, I could. There are so many paths. So many paths. Also, I don't know if it's appropriate to bring it up now, but this is something that the game doesn't teach you that I learned on my own. There's an option called Curse of the Moon. It doesn't tell you what it does, it just says activate Curse of the Moon. This allows you to literally rewrite time and go back to previous stages, as if everything that happened in between never happened. But I do believe you get to keep your power-ups. I don't know if I might need to do that soon, but... Oh, that's great. Okay. Oh. Hello, friend. Well, this isn't good. Everyone's like the same. I literally just can't lose mirror. Everything's okay, but losing mirror. Why is there like a little fruit fly or something in here? Whatever. What was I doing last? Oh, yeah, getting hit by that. Good. If I wasn't living and dying... Nope, we're out of here. Up, you say. Can we go this way? Fine. Yeah, every once in a great while it happens to me, and it's like my room's never open. And granted, like I have a couple plates and stuff in here, but like from where I'm at to where like they could possibly even get in to like where even like their first place they would want to go to for food, I'm like way down on the totem pole. So every time like when one shows up, it's like, why are you here? Well, I learned that those are terrible. Good. This area sucks. What? I don't know if I want to be here. Oh, this is a Rondo of Blood reference. It's not a good time, fly. What? I don't even know what bug you are. It's not a fruit fly. I don't think it's a moth. Whatever. Don't know why you're in this room. There's like 3 huge ass spiders in this room somewhere, so you're not gonna live very long, so good luck to you. Okay, so you don't know the reference, but this painting is insanely dangerous. Like, yeah, it's cute. It doesn't really look like it's doing anything. If it hits me once, I die. That's the reference. No, not yet. I have a good idea where it's at, though. If I ever want to go digging. And I don't. Oh! Oh! Can I go back here? Can I respawn it? I literally have everything I need to go through there, and I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that crack was there. Wait, maybe. Can I outthink the system? Oh. Sorry, but those things are terrifying. I'm pretty sure this is the way I need to go, actually. Which makes this suck all the more. I didn't hit both times, are you fucking with me? No, no, I want the thing! I actually can't get that. Now I can. Go, 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 go! Yeah, it looks like it increases everyone's health. This game's getting tough. Oh boy. That's not the button I wanted to hit. Can I just cheese him here? That would be great. Cool. Was the game right? Caught on. Yay, for life. So, because of the weather, I'm gonna assume that's not okay. Clever girl. Those are references I haven't heard in a while. Oh, this is cool. I like this staircase type change. That's actually probably better in my case. Huh. I think it's a makeable, but I'm not gonna risk it. Oh, I can. Okay. Interesting. I don't have my thing anymore. Actually, am I supposed to go to the right this whole time and I didn't realize it until just now? That's probably the case. That sounds like a neat thing. Yeah, it was totally supposed to be anything. How was I supposed to know? A green one? Oh, the green ones are health, aren't they? It feels so good. I think the green ones are health. Well, I can't... So, the green ones are rare? Somewhat? Oh, this. Cooper, have you played Ninja Gaiden 2? Ninja Gaiden 2 has the worst weather mechanics. Like, I actually cannot believe that AVGN has not made an episode in regards to how shit that weather is. I actually personally feel like Jekyll and Hyde makes more sense than the weather in Stage 2. Can't lose you too, Zangetsu. I need you. Fuck, the music's so good. Okay. Have I seen... Okay, I have seen what this boss looks like. I don't know what it does, though. Okay, cool. I don't even know what I'm in for. Hi, Storm Eagle. I actually don't know when I'm at those openings that are saved. Well, at least this kind of works. Could you imagine doing this without Miriam? Like, come on. Like, I would just be like, I can't beat this. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that sound means. This fight's pretty cool, but... I'm dead. Like I was saying, this fight's pretty cool, but at the same time, it's very grindy. Like, there's a needless endurance challenge in it. I'm dead. Yeah. I'm like quite tilted after that. He was probably like 2 hits away. Time to do it with just Miriam. I mean, I have 10 lives. I mean, I'm doing a pretty good job, but this stage has been pretty mean. He delays so long before charging in. Well, at least it brings me back here. That's actually kind of kind. Like, way kinder than I was expecting. I was ready to do the full stage again. I'm down with that. Get over there. Yeah, I do not have much weapons. I mean, that heart with full HP. I am kind of curious as to what this does. Yeah. I mean, they give it to me probably for a reason, but... Really? Okay, sure. So I think he charges actually to me. Well, now I'm concerned. Phase change. That's really bright. Okay. That's obscenely bright. Okay. I took no damage. Flawless. Flawless Miriam fight. Oh, don't do this to my controller. Oh, I'll find out here in a second if my controller. Okay, good. Is it reading it? I think it is. Man, this game. I don't know. I still would like it to be more like C3 with the characters and whatnot, but the game does feel like it's balanced around the fact that you have 4 health bars. So, yeah. I'm pretty okay with everything. Well, I don't want to lose that lightning. That lightning's broken. Yeah, talisman. This track's pretty jamming. Also, look at that rockin' purple back there. Whoa. A Chimera Bale? Or our? Whichever one. Come to my whip. Man, there's been like no wall anything for a while now. What's that? Is it more damage? Please let it be more damage. So what are you? Oh. More lightning, I guess. Actually, I'd rather. They seem to go over there. But I just gotta think of extra damage, probably. Nope. You're not getting me this time, stairs. Castlevania 3 has more dangerous stairs than you do, game. Come on. Oh, it feels so good. It feels really good. Now we're talking. This track is rocking, I like it. Like, a lot of Castlevania tracks have a weird mix of classical compositions like Bach and Mozart. Well, not so much Mozart. I don't remember, who's the other one? Bach, and there's another one. Specifically for. Anyway, that fused with like funk influences. So it's nice to hear something with a little bit more razzle dazzle, I guess. Hi, ice enemy. You look tricky. I care not. Aww. I guess I can just choose them the normal way. As broken as Gerald? Geffel? Geff? Ephus? I'm trying to think, can't think of it. I almost feel like the game is balanced around the fact that you can just achieve a lot of stuff with him. Let's think about this for a second. I do gotta agree with you on the TMNT thing. Was TMNT done by Capcom? This track has like a very Capcom feel to me. Not like Mega Man Capcom, just like generic Capcom. Not quite sure what it is about it though. I forgot cock. I feel like I'm like the only person in the world that likes the first one. Even though it has like some horror spawning ever. Well then, that makes a lot of sense then. Actually. I don't feel comfortable doing the bat thing. What? Okay. Oh, that's right! Yep. You are correct. Well, either that's a troll or I don't know. I'm not gonna just jump with it and lose Miriam. Yeah. There's a one up there. I want that. Oh, man. Only. That'd be so cheap. But I think there's a TMNT Game Boy game that's a lot like the first NES one. It's I believe it's technically a better game, but it's on the Game Boy, so. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it, Coop 2. Oh geez, okay. We're going for everything. Get him! Oh man. I like how I was like, I have no mana or no weapon energy, and now I'm like, there's a free man up there and I want it. I want it. That sucks. I'm sorry, good sir, but I deal more damage than I used to. Hey, look, it's a blue Necromunda. Now, there technically is an enemy type that does this type of movement in Castlevania III, but that's giving me some serious Battle Kid vibes. I want to go that way, but I don't know if that's the way you actually normally come from, and I don't have any bad, so I hope I'm not missing out on something. I probably am, but I can always curse. Oh, no. No. Gotta find a thing.
Don't forget about the Scissor Man.
Not the Scissorman.
Well, I didn't realize you were going to go apeshit.
Scissorman!
Please stop.
That's how I feel right now. There's better bits from that, but I did a quick search just to find something. So, if you don't know, Clock Tower, I'm pretty sure that's a character reference from Clock Tower. Give him the glance. Have you ever, I guess, probably not played, but have you ever seen anything from the Clock Tower game? Can I walk through that? Orange sludge? Is it death? Alright. Now I can't go that way. Oh, there's a thing that you close. Wait, no. Yeah, maybe there isn't a thing you close. Okay. Coming from a person who's done a lot of, or I guess quite a bit of NES sprite stuff over the last day and a half, I can tell you with 100% confidence that there's another red in the palette that can be used. 100%. Because as of the moment, there's only one actual red being used and one orange. Orange is in the lava and the red's on the pipes and stairs. I guess there is a different red on Zangetsu and such, but like, how about you use that in the lava? I'm gonna continue calling it orange sludge. That enemy is terrifying. Yeah, mad bright. Man, if that is not a Scissorman reference, I don't know what is. You ready to die to him, Alfred? He's gonna appear. Actually, man, there's something better here. I'm sad I couldn't go that other way because the lava and the trolling. Oh, Iron Maidens. Very cool. That one shook. You got this, buddy. We can do it, Alfred. Good thing I used to play Castlevania III with only Sypha. Even though you're worse than Sypha. I should have jumped. I wasn't sure. Alright. I guess he's gone now. Fear the stick. Could you? Okay, goodbye. This area's been actually kind of tough. Sexy demon bunny girl? I approve. I mean, you gotta have something to replace the Draculina? Something like that. Boy, enemies are getting scary. Time boot lady. To be fair, that's a pretty well-designed, you know, NES-style sprite. I forgot I was Miriam. And that I can... I should have just played on Zangetsu. I don't know why I decided to play on Miriam. Everything about that screamed Castlevania III jumping. And not the magical high jump. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh. I'm sorry, but that enemy type sucks. I just noticed that it does the same note and fade out note. Granted, not to the same, reverb and fading and whatnot as in, I think, the SNES. I think it's the SNES that Clock Tower's from. Anyway, the sound effect when the Scissor Man appears, in the track when it's going dling, 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 that's basically a reference to the sound effect when he appears. And yes, he does cut. Did I find a thing in here? Alright. I hate how I can't pause. I mean, I guess I could do this. But that's annoying. Basically, I just want to point out the lack of detail in the background. In Castlevania 1, though most of the time you're not outside to have it, but especially in Castlevania 3, and in 4, and in Bloodlines, and in Rondo of Blood, etc., there's always great detail in the background. Like, in the background, it's really pretty, really beautiful, and it's just, all that is just purple. A giant purple smear, so I am not happy with that, especially because this is looking like to be a remake of the iconic hallway. So, couldn't you have made it look better? Yeah, like, that background just looks awful. Like the detail up on the top should have been brought down about the thickness of the moon. Like, the moon is under the clouds, essentially. Whatever. I wasn't the one spreading the game. I would have done it better. Pseudo Dracula? Wait, what? Okay. Carmilla or Camilla. She's been named both ways before, but I guess? Or Yukari, there's another good one. Because of the umbrellas. Though we're not in Toho Land, obviously. Okay. I'm just gonna go back down to this real quick. They don't even give me a full heart like before. I don't know if this is the end of the game, or... I thought there was another stage after this. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I can't run into her. Oh my god, this is painful palette work. Why do you have to bring in the hot pink? Sure, I'm not succeeding this run. I just hate the hammer. I do like the fact that there's a hammer, that's pretty cool. This is tough. This is actually decently challenging. I do gotta change, I need to clean my glasses. Yeah, good. Man, this has been a rough one. Oh, I'm back here. Oh, thank you. It's just the same section. Oh, but I don't have fire. Good enough. Oh, yeah. Good point. What a good way to try and not die while you're falling to your death. Okay. Fucking... Sometimes I swear games. You know what, fuck it. This might actually be really good. Lockdown B. I actually don't know what that means. I love this intro sequence though. It's a nice touch. Very victorious. I don't like the laugh though. The laugh is very ear-grating. Cool. I had no more left. I hate that laugh. That's so ear-grating. Sure, Alucard, I guess it's up to you. I didn't know what cycle was on. Feels like the only way to fight her, which I guess is kind of cool because I don't think there's been a boss that's been his specialty yet. I don't know what that means. What? Well, I'm glad I had the HP to survive that. How am I supposed to avoid that? Hit her in the face, maybe? No. Also this stage. Actually, no. This area is actually pretty awesome. Yeah, whatever. Do I have enough? No. What? Damage production? Question? Very cool animation. That's a Symphony of the Night reference. want to know what's in there. If only I had like an upward dagger or something. Hell, even his crap whip would be great. Oh well. Replayability. I mean, sure. Or I can do what just about anyone would do. And say no. Ooh, I actually didn't mean to find that. That's it? Okay. I do like all the little hidden rooms though. Nope, I'm just gone. Alright, well, I hope he doesn't charge me. Let's just take a moment to realize the awesomeness of this sprite. Alright, we have a... I guess like monkey ninja? Monkey ninja samurai? Like he has the mane, lion, everything. And he's riding like a unicorn wolf griffin chimera. Like... Alright. Oh, I can't do anything about that. Okay. I really don't like these knights, by the way, or the skeleton archers. They kinda suck. I don't think this is the way I came. Ah. Get wrecked. Little set that's always lightning, but... I don't want to risk it. Oh no, I actually do need ice. Kill everything. Oh, looks all kinds of terrible. Feels about the same as being on the clock tower wheels. I'm surprised I didn't take damage. I mean, I could go that way, or I can see what's up here. Or I could go this way. No, one of these. Coming at me again. Well, it kind of looks like you got a cowboy hat. Oh my god. Yeah, going upstairs, yeah, that was an immediate 360. Hey, go on. Sure. I wasn't wasting my precious weapon energy on that. Another axe. Fairy. You an enemy type? You are. That's kind of cool. It's like a Symphony of the Night reference. But it's a new enemy. They actually look like little Smurf angels. Or angels, fairies. They're Smurf fairies. What about here? That enemy over there makes me really suspicious that there's something over there. Nice try, game. I'm not taking any chances on that. How many axes are they gonna give me? What? Oh, I wonder if I'm about to learn a mechanic. Nope. That's not enough. Yeah. That was some perfect frame. Life-saving. wonder if I die. No? That time I panicked. I should've just went to the door. The game got me in the end. On a real NES? Yeah, no, I was totally dead. That was 100% dead. I was like, well, you never know. I'll frame perfect it and see what happens. That was kind of funny. Learned a thing. Oh. They don't come back. That's a nice touch. But you know what's also a nice touch? This just insta-killing everything, besides bosses. Probably why they don't give you ice much. It's a little good. This almost feels like the final ascent. Also, I don't know why the moon is still below the clouds, but, you know, whatever. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not the final ascent. This is gonna be tough. I panicked. Because I don't like those little fucking smurfs. That's a nice touch, yeah. Very true. I hate those little things. Thank you, platform, for being there. Don't worry. I'll panic a lot. Baka baka. Oh. I only know of your existence from the little game demo thing that they did at some place. This enemy type was in a couple places. So can I choose you too? All I needed to know. There's so many paths to go. Whatever. Alright. We've reached our destination. I wonder if I can one-shot bosses with ice, that'd be pretty cool. Actually, it would be. Oh, we haven't. Jeez, what a... What a very brutal last little section here. Pretty sure if people are gonna do a an Alfred run, that it would all be ice. Ice seems really good. Cool. Oh, okay. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. I screwed up really bad. I accidentally used what's his face as useless sub weapon. Oh god. Castlevania 3 stairs. Really? It's nice that I can't refire my weapon fast. Alucard fires weapon faster than this. This game's quicker. A small heart? Fuck you, game. I will say I'd like this fight. This fight's pretty cool. I don't know if I won or phase. Oh, geez, yeah, definitely phase 2. Okay. All right, that was kind of cool. Defiler taboos. I actually thought that was the end of the game, and now there's this? Alright, question mark indeed. Curse of the Moon. Alright. What? What am I in for? Alright, I'm out of here. just gonna take a nice little jaunt down the stairs. Oh yeah, they did. That's nice. Hey, you don't have your griffin anymore. So that's how people res. We learned a thing. Oh, that's a nice design. I like that. Oh, good thing I was checking a thing. This stage is pretty awesome. I guess I'll be back. Hey, look, it's not a bunny girl. Instead, it's like a griffin bird girl. I approve once again. I've always liked Castlevania's female demon designs. They have like just the right amount of athleticism to them, but just enough sexy that makes it appropriate for something like that to be in Dracula's castle. Granted, we're not in Dracula's castle, but... Really? I actually have to jump, I can't just walk? How's everyone else feel? Gerbils or whatever, and Sengetsus are a little bit hurt. This act is so hard. I swear. Oh. This stage has been pretty awesome. Ooh. Oh, hello, buddy. Yeah, but I still lost my character. Feels pretty bad, man. Actually. From kind of quick. They feel closer to Castlevania 3's. And also, yeah. I mean... Oh no. Come on, man, go! I'm like soap. That's actually gonna go fuck it. Oh god, no. Shit. Wait. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, there's no special final boss theme? Well, that was convenient. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm just gonna take a moment and explain a thing. In case you're wondering why I was taking no damage while the flame circle was up, it's because that's also a Ninja Gaiden reference. I mean, granted, I was taking compact damage, but everything else is just... I don't know what to expect from this fight. Do I want to transform? Am I being crushed? Alright, this is awesome. A nice silhouette entrance. It's been done before, but it's super good. I don't... how do I hit you? Oh, okay. This is really cool though. I got it. I figured it out. I'm gonna die soon, but... I actually don't know which way goes first. Dude, that damage reduction though is pretty nice. This attack is the worst. Man, that is... That Crescent Moon attack, the gold one, is literally Mega Man 7 Wily Capsule, but so much harder. It's been a long time since I played played a game that I haven't played before. That's literally making nothing. It's been a long time since I've played a game. Oh wait, do I have to do phase 1 again? Oh no. Oh no. I learned easiest way to fight this fight. Like, without question. Three in Castlevania 3. A little bit of a spoiler, but this feels very much like a 2, though. Because this fight's ridiculous. Like, phase 2 of this, ridiculous. Also awesome as fuck. I'm kind of sad that this doesn't have a unique theme. Because like in Castlevania 3, granted this is a spoiler, but the theme of the like ascension to fighting Dracula is his phase 1 theme, but then phase 2 and phase 3 are unique. And this is just like generic boss into unique, which feels kind of eh. Alright, so I can just use him to phase tank phase 1. I love this build up though, this is nice. It might not be the tower ascension, or the stairway ascension, but it has the same impact. Okay. Damn it! I'm trying to figure out, like, where my openings are. Like... Man. Tough stuff. Tough stuff. Oh man, I have no energy. Good thing I learned I can tank with him. Yeah, the phase 1 having a generic theme takes a lot of the energy out of it, for me. Like, I feel like there's no way to know where your safe spots are gonna be. I mean, I guess like if she's high or low with different colors depends, but I haven't quite figured that out. Oh, come on, controller, don't do this to me. I don't know why you're being so finicky today. Where it's like birdum, 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 birdum. It's like Curse of the Moon. We gotta go play the game again. Get back to the boss. I think it's looking like, depending on how much space gets filled up, I'm missing 3 power-ups, potentially 4. Actually, it's looking like 4, potentially 5. Yeah, in fact, it's probably 4 I'm missing. Game's on Getsu. You know what your role is. This part blows. I almost just killed myself. So unfair. Man, these attacks are so unfair. I had to take the hit early so I can use frames to not get pushed off. Unbootable yellow move. Oh man. I don't know if you actually watched the actual episode, but he really was losing his shit to that. Can I actually use it to clear the moon? If so, I wasn't aware of that. Oh. Was that slower than the previous time? Actually, no. I don't want to use him. I was not paying attention to that attack either, by the way. Okay. Alright. Now that I've actually paid attention to that a little bit more. Alright, okay, so you actually weren't kidding about that. Good to know. Thank you. I tried on the red, and I didn't even think to try on the yellow. My mind was just focused on the fact that it's probably like a Twilight 7 capsule. Crap. I'm guessing there's a tell high up that I'm missing in regards to the lasers, or the orbs. Alright, question is there a phase 3? Nope, no phase 3. Those left behind. Random achievements. You got this, Zangetsu. Also, the sound effect continuing is a little annoying. Oh no, I didn't get to finish. There was like 3 words I missed. I figured it would do the scroll up like in the intro. Or at least give you more warning. And so, Zangetsu became Dracula, I'm guessing. So what, is there like a second cycle to this game where we kill Zangetsu? Because if so, that's pretty cool. Or even leaving it open for another game would also be solid. Oh, our meat shield. We'll miss you. Alright, so I guess I should give some final thoughts. Staying true to the Castlevania III formula. Hit and miss. There's definitely clear points where there was inspiration from it. There was clear points where inspiration was either from Ninja Gaiden or even Shovel Knight. The things that the things that Iga and his team, and not so much his team, he kind of just oversaw this lightly, and he had a whole other team working on this. So basically you just kind of step in, see how things are going, make adjustments, and then go back to his main project, of course. But I think the inspiration that was drawn and added was really good. The Scissorman. Oh, that clock tower reference. That's a cool enemy to see in this game. A little shocked that it was in here at all. But like the inspiration that was drawn, I really liked. The VRC6 chip. Like, beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's definitely one of the things that makes Castlevania III such a memorable game. Level design, if you look at it from a Castlevania III perspective, it's not as good, but the level design was completely, the enemy placement level design was completely based around the fact that you had 4 characters available to you at all times. And, sweet, Nightmare Mode, good. And in that regards, I actually really like a lot of the things that they did in the levels. I do feel like there was too many points in the game where it felt like you had to use very specific characters to either deal with a certain phase of a boss, or fight off certain enemies. I do think the last 2 levels stopped doing that, but the couple previous levels felt like you got a new character and it was designed heavily around that new character you got. And while I don't think that that's bad, to me it's kind of bland. Castlevania 3, you get your you either get Sypha or Grant or Alucard, and like at no point does it feel like, oh man, I have to use Alucard for half this stage, otherwise it's either going to be much harder or it's going to be more painful or more annoying. And I feel like that was a shortcoming of Curse of the Moon, but not necessarily bad, just a clear nitpick. The game was great. The boss fights were really good. Some of the boss fights took clear inspiration from Circle of the Moon. Some took inspiration from one of the the second boss to me felt like it took inspiration from the Tohovania games. So it really felt like anything that was really good Castlevania-wise, there was something taken from, and then anything from like some of the more well-known or more loved platformers. Or I should say action platformers. And I'm not talking like Mario and stuff like that. Like that's very different. But games like Ninja Gaiden, Mega Man, Castlevania, of course, Shovel Knight, etc. Like ones that are fast-paced, make you have to make decisions and react very quickly. Mario, you kind of just like blip through. Sonic's another one where you just kind of blip through and you don't really have to think. So like those are clearly not examples. All in all, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I do think there's shortcomings, but I think that the game is designed well around them. And I would say unless Bloodstained Ritual of the Night actually releases this year, or if Code Vein, which is like, you know, Dark Souls but animeified, unless those end up being better than this, I would say that this is probably Game of the Year. Had a huge blast, difficulty felt good. There's points where the game felt like it was being unkind, but at the same time you switched to a certain character and it almost kind of broke it, which is hit and miss for me. But ultimately, well worth playing. Well worth every cent. I'm actually amazed at the price this game is going for. There's been like $15, $20, you know, retro graphic games in the last like 3 or 4 years that, in my opinion, have nowhere near the level of just pure quality this has. Like there's like maybe Axiom Verge, you could say, is similar, but Axiom Verge is also a much more expensive game. And also, Axiom Verge is a different game entirely. It's trying to be Metroid, but it's not. But it's good in its own right. But yeah, this game is amazing. I'm not playing through Nightmare Mode today. Maybe at another time. But super glad we got through it. So I don't really have anything else to stream. Kind of gave my thoughts. I'm curious, is there like a jukebox or anything? Well, hopefully I can unlock that. That would be really nice. Maybe in the game, the file section. Looks like probably a no. Dang, I wanted to play either Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 6, 7, or 8. But, oh well. What a wonderful night to have a Curse. Yeah, this... very good. I'm super pleased with it. I think was it Stage 5 that had the... No. It was Stage 4. Stage 4 had the much slower paced music, which felt very un-Castlevania. I mean, granted, it might fit more with Bloodstained, but I doubt it. Because as I already talked about, like Castlevania kind of relies around having like funk and almost like a modern, almost like a modern standard on compositions. And then you combine that with classical composition styles, you know, such as Bach, etc., to basically create the core of what makes Castlevania sound so good and have so much energy constantly going forward while having that, you know, dark sophistication. Besides stage 4, I think every track delivered for the most part. I really liked the fact that the stage that had the Scissorman you know, inspired from Clock Tower. I like the fact that in the track they had the same type of notes. That's granted not the exact same you know, waveform, but basically creating the same effect whenever the Scissorman just kind of randomly appears in Clock Tower, and that was kind of, you know, stealthily added to the actual track, and it pops up a couple times. And I thought that was a really nice touch. So like, all in all, I really liked the game. Final boss fight was great. I don't know how I feel about the items that reduce your damage taken and increase your damage output. The damage output one felt appropriate halfway through the game when everything started taking, you know, twice the amount of damage to help kind of smooth things over to feel consistent. But having the damage reduction just felt so overpowered, so overpowering. I mean, like the final boss phase 1, I just basically just kind of tanked hits and hit it a lot because I'm trying to think. Pretty much like fighting Hardman in Mega Man 3. Like, there's no point in trying to take the time to dodge his 2 homing fists. You just basically dodge his slam and then just spam attacks, because ultimately you're just going to win the DPS race. Like, there's no chance of losing. And that's what Phase 1 felt like. So that's kind of bad. Probably oversight in development. Or maybe, you know, just no care, because there's going to be, obviously, Nightmare and probably an even harder mode afterwards, so... Great game, though. Great game. I keep rambling, but, like, I'm super glad that the approach they decided to take with the 8-bit retro game that was promised. I'm so glad that they actually took a very Castlevania III approach with it, using the VRC6 chip, which has that such a beautiful saw wave, and that beautiful randomly resetting phase. Oh, this just sounds so good. Like, I'm glad that they took the time to do that. I'm glad that they took the time to, like, a lot of the brick layers and cracks and stuff like that, they did a great job on. Actually, my only real complaint graphically is the lava was bright orange for no reason. Like, as I was saying, Coop, like, I did a lot of NES palette sprite work yesterday, and even a little bit earlier today, and, like, at the very minimum, there's 3 reds. And granted, this game uses a bit more red. Like, there's definitely some parts of the palette replaced with red, because this whole game is just designed heavily upon the concept of, like, everything the NES was and what Castlevania III and that era of gaming was. As you can kind of see with, like, how there's clear color palette limitations, and you don't see, like, this endless array of colors slowly building up, kind of like what happens in Shovel Knight, which is not something you're going to notice unless you kind of look for it. But what else am I supposed to... I'm not going to call it lava, it looks like orange sludge. The first boss, when he did that, and like some of the parts that were heavily orange, to me that looked like a very, like there was an influence from Shovel Knight for that, because Shovel Knight uses an absurd amount of bright blue and orange, which, granted, contrasting colors, but like let's be real, like there's better palette choices. And granted, like the FCEUX color palette is very saturated and bright, and people are familiar with it. Was basically carbon copied for the 3DS Virtual Console and almost carbon copied for Mega Man 9. I would imagine it's also used in 10, but I don't know for a fact. But odds are it is. So, like, that's a pretty commonly seen color scheme. And for the most part, it's fine, because a lot of people, you know, had their tint and their brightness up in their TVs. But I just don't agree with it. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, that's the reason why it wasn't a problem. I didn't like it, but it wasn't a problem. Granted, maybe the area that I was in, it was supposed to be like liquid metal or something. But like, even then it just looks really off-putting with the rest of the palette. And like, because of like, you know, like, there's been, like, Castlevania III has the swamps, which, you know, is very muddy looking. There was the one area before where there was water and stuff. I think there was another spot where, like, there was different colored water earlier in Curse of the Moon. I could be wrong on that. It's one of those, especially with, like, the skeleton pointing, you're like, okay, so is this just, like, an effect? You know, just a look can be like, oh, water's pushing you down or pushing you back, but it's weirdly colored, and no, it was lava. Or you know, smelted metal, which, either way, it just looks weird. Like, actually, I feel like with where the color scheme was going in the later stages, I actually think it would have been more okay to try and play off that it was acid and give it like a dark green hue, which kind of says like you shouldn't touch this. And like even as I pointed out, like there was only one red and one orange used on the actual screen, not including the one red and the lighter red, which is actually a pink hue. It's one of the faded pink hues being used by Zangetsu, and then also it was used up on the status bar. They could have just reused that, and it would have been fine. Granted, not in this, obviously in the same capacity, but like, you can shift colors around little by little. Like, even if it's like slightly the same color, if it's something you shouldn't stand in or you die, I don't think there's a problem with that. But yeah, yeah, I would say that was like the one like clear graphical problem. Though I do think I can't remember. I thought I pointed out one other thing that was weird. But I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, so it must have not been that important. It must have been just like a one moment thing. Sprite animations were great. I still, like, to me it's endearing the fact that they took the time to make a old school NES style, animation style of the Circle of the Moon slide, because it's the same animation. It has like the same amount of lingering frames before you can get back up. Like, I really like that. I thought that was a really nice touch. Trying to think what else is there. I mentioned it before, way on like stage 2. I don't like the fact how Miriam is like clearly the best character. I mean, I totally get that she's the main character, or more incredibly likely, we're talking like 98%, 99%, that she's going to be like the overwhelmingly main character in Ritual of the Night, because there might be like a secondary character thing or something in there within the game that we don't know about yet that like changes things up for a moment. Maybe there's like a second cycle or something, or so. Granted, insanely unlikely, pretty much not going to happen, but until the game actually, you know, lands, there's always that slimmest of margin chance. But I don't like how she was clearly the best character. Like when you weren't using her, the game just felt much harder. I would really have liked to have seen Zangetsu have better sub-weapons. The whip one was kind of okay. The pseudo-holy water one was also kind of okay, but it has like a worse arc. Like, it throws forward, which is nice, but it doesn't have like the lob, allowing you to kind of put it kind of closer, you know, below you. But, you know, it's okay. The damage on it was solid, and then there was the free damage boost. It's okay, but like if you're gonna use it, you're probably switching to Miriam and then just kind of trucking stuff. I actually would have liked to have seen him have instead like a sword extension, or a something that gave him like a double jump or something. Just something that made him feel more useful. Because basically everything that he did, Miriam did better. I think he did slightly more damage with his sword, but I mean, in almost every game, and this, I mean, we're talking like League, Dark Souls, GW2, Old School WoW, D&D, Fire Emblem, Shining Force 2, Pokemon, like whatever has, unless you absolutely need the damage, versatility will always trump having more damage or having more or having more defense. If you can have, say, a better defensive utility instead of just raw defense, almost always better. So, like, Miriam completely outclassed him. And then, like, when it comes to, like, short range, I'd rather be Alfred, because I can throw up, you know, essentially flame wheel or flame circle from Ninja Gaiden, basically become invulnerable besides some contact damage, like with the one boss, and just kind of truck stuff. Or you can be, what, Kerbal, Jeeble, Jeffel, Jeepies, Jeff. It's the one character from like all the characters that have been talked about that I just can't remember his name for some reason. He basically played like Alucard. But like, he can at least kind of hit things overhead. In worst case scenario, you can use his ability to fly to kind of mitigate a bad situation. So like, there was almost no point to play Zangetsu, except if you're just trying to phase tank, or you're just using him to get through a section because you're going to get hit a bunch. He also had the most health, so I guess like maybe that was his purpose. But you know, this is, you know, once again, he does slightly more damage, and he has more health, but his utility is so bad that there's no point in using him. But yeah, a lot of my earlier concerns were basically thrown away pretty quickly. Because I was concerned about having all the characters available to you too quickly, and thus, because you have so many characters that have just only one, that it essentially kind of ruins level design. I think with the branching paths and the decent amount of differences with enemies, that wasn't really an issue. The Ice Sword was very OP. More so than I thought. Oh. I don't like the fact that there's like the special Green Lantern that gives, or lamp, that gives the chain lightning. When like the chain lightning is not as good as the Ice Sword. Like, also, why do other characters not have some unique ability? Like, essentially he gets 4, and everyone else gets, well, not including not Alucard. Everyone else gets 3, I think. Actually, no, does Miriam get 4? She gets the axe, the sickles, standard dagger, triple dagger, so yeah, she does get 4. But like, I don't know, to me that just feels like a weird design choice. Like, they could have just not have made the palette and just made it always drop a lightning. So, not a fan of that. That just seems like pointless time to take. And also, if we're talking like the old NES era, you're taking time to make well, actually, no. No, it would actually use a new sprite. Wait, no, didn't it have a sparkle to it? I think it has a sparkle to it, so I guess technically you're taking time to waste a sprite, but maybe that sprite could have been used from, like, another effect or something, so... I guess I'm 50-50 talking out my ass, I guess, now. But, you know, all in all... Mally. Then the Thundercats reboot is real. Oh, I didn't mean to... I find it so weird that you can click the screen and it actually takes inputs from that. Not quite sure why, but anyway, we've been listening to the title theme for way too long. So that's basically my thoughts. Game's amazing. 9 out of 10 just because there's, you know, definitely some room for improvement. I mean, if I was going from a grade of, like, you know, 1 to 100, I'd probably give it a grade of... Yeah, probably like 96. I was thinking 97 originally, but then I was just like, yeah, but the Zangetsu just being so worthless. And then the game's forcing of basically making you use the new characters to really be able to progress through new areas, which, granted, having a little bit of it to make you use them to kind of see what they do is acceptable, but when, like, half a stage feels like, yeah, you're using this new character, felt a little bit silly. But yeah, I mean, 96 out of 100 is probably better than a better score than I'm probably going to give most games anytime soon. When actual Bloodstained comes out, I'm probably going to have a problem with, like, one of the filters that they're using, or, you know, something else here and there, so... Like, there's definitely potential for me to not be happy with something there. Code Vein, maybe it doesn't have PvP, or its PvP isn't good. When I eventually get my hands on Monster Hunter World for PC, there's probably going to be something or two that I'm going to hate about that, so... Still very likely that this is, in my opinion, Game of the Year, so... if you got $10 to spend, or if you already backed Bloodstained and for some reason haven't acquired this yet, I definitely recommend getting it as soon as possible. It stays very true to what I feel... How can I put it? It doesn't stay true to, like, the Castlevania formula, but it stays true to the sensations you get through the level design, the enemy placement, and the music. Oh yeah, the impression of this might be the end, but then it keeps going on. Very good. Like, the fact that they actually came up with a really clever way to have the ascent to the final boss that's memorable. Like, because, like, Castlevania is always like, you walk up, you have the moon looking over you, which is, you know, like, the moon in the eclipse is, like, a large part of the source of Dracula's power, so, like, that's always kind of overlooking where he is in his throne room for the final battle, and that's extremely iconic. And for them to come up with something that gives enough of an impression that I wouldn't say is easily forgettable, of the whole, like, all of a sudden you're just kind of going up and all the glass is exploding behind you and you're fighting up on this rotating platform, or not rotating, but the camera angle keeps changing, creating the sensation of rotation. Like, very, very good. Actually, like, very clever. Like, whoever was part of their team, that was the one that... Wow, that was loud. Whoever was part of their team that thought that up, like, huge props. Like, huge, huge props. Final fight was good. The previous stage boss fight was good. Yeah, actually, like, was there even a boss fight that I wasn't happy with? The first boss was fairly simplistic, but it should be. Like, you don't want to crush people before they get to the meat of the game. That, in my opinion, is just bad design, unless the whole point of the game is just to make people suffer. And there's some hard type games that are designed around that, but, like, let's be real, like, if you're gonna make a game that's 8, 10, 12 stages, you should at least give them a freebie stage or two to get used to the controls and kind of feel things out before you just start, you know, punching them in the gut and choking them out and, you know, clotheslining them from behind, and yeah. Stage 2 boss, slightly more tricky because, unlike most games that you can slide, you can't actually turn your direction while crouched. Which, in Circle of the Moon, you can. You can in this, but that's fine. As I've always said, I actually welcome limitations on gameplay, as long as the game is built around them. And for the most part, it's just, don't slide too close to the enemy when there's a thing that's going to fall above you, because you can't turn and slide away while ducking. Like, which means that you just position slightly differently and you slide, you know, out 2 times, which I kept doing, like, I don't know why. I think the Circle of the Moon slide is just too ingrained in me. But, yeah, I mean, highly recommend this game. Very likely to be Game of the Year. Just like what, in my opinion, Castle in the Darkness was a good chunk of years back. And that was the year Shovel Knight came out. Castle in the Darkness is honestly a better game. I think it pays more homage to a lot of other games. I think the difficulty feels really, really good. The boss fights feel great. The music's incredible. That game is an insanely hidden gem. And it's made by the same dude that did Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy. Like, or maybe not so much by him, but the studio? I'm pretty sure he had a part in it. But anyway, it's just one of those games that, like, clearly is made with good game design, with good ideas, and is really good, and, like, somehow everyone doesn't see it. It's kind of like Shatterhand for the NES. Like, if you don't know of that game's incredible. Like, that's one of those games that just should be on basically everyone's top 20 NES list. Like, at least. Because, like, maybe for some reason you like other games more. But, like, it should be at least in the top 20, because that game is very good. So, yeah, I mean... I think this game is... I'm rambling now. I'm having the classic end-stream, beginning-stream ramble. In short, this game is fantastic. There's not much they could have improved on, and I was pleasantly surprised with a lot of the things that they did that I didn't expect to see. Boss fights were better than what I figured they would be, but they had this weird mix of, like, Castlevania III difficulty, which, if you don't know, Castlevania III bosses are generally not super tough, but had the, the visual representation of Circle of the Moon bosses, which generally were a little bit more flashy and imposing at times. I mean, like, Carmilla and, like, floating on her huge skull, shooting huge-ass beams at you, basically almost one-shotting you. The Dracula fight, where, like, both the ceiling and the floor, if you touch, you take crazy amounts of damage, so you have to constantly use Griffin Wing to kind of, like, flip in the air and fight him. Super awesome fight. If you haven't heard, Circle of the Moon is a damn good game. Easily top 5 of all Castlevania games. Easily. Actually, no. Shit, because there's a lot of good classics. You got Rondo of Blood, you got Bloodlines, 3 in 1. So I can't say it's easily in the top 5, but I guess the best way is you can make an argument for it being in the top 5. I mean, you can make an argument for Aria of Sorrow, or Ecclesia, Portrait of Ruin, Symphony of the Night, 1 and 3, I guess technically 4, and I guess technically Bloodlines. Because both of those, I think, have pros and cons that really hurt them. And then Simon's Quest has no arguments. But there's no arguments for that. So, yeah, some of the, like, I mean, hell, even like the two-headed dragon, like that takes inspiration from the Dragon Zombies, which I believe is a reference to Castlevania III, potentially. I don't know for 100% fact, but there's like a double dragon fight in that, and I don't know if that's supposed to be like the undead version of it. Probably not, but the fight's awesome nonetheless. Geez, I'm trying to think of like other crazy fights in that game. There's Death, who turns into this giant death mantis thing. It's pretty silly. One of the less scary death fights. There's this necromancer that like summons orbs around him and flies around and stuff that feels super imposing. So like, I feel like this game took a lot of inspiration from how the bosses made you feel like, oh crap, he's doing this, she's doing that, this is happening, I gotta watch out for this, gotta watch out for that. While kind of retaining the Castlevania III difficulty of like, if you understand what the boss wants to do, the boss becomes pretty trivial. I'm imagining Nightmare Mode adds potentially new movesets and all kinds of other crazy stuff. So, I will say, and this is a potential future complaint. If the game's like, how can I put it? Like if the bosses have like new movesets and like things change drastically with Nightmare Mode, and like Castlevania 1's Cycle 2 and Castlevania 3 Cycle 2 has like new enemy placements and stuff like that, but like the game doesn't change a drastic amount. If this kind of changes drastically and bosses do new crazy things and like there's all this other stuff to explore and whatnot, then to me it makes it feel like the true game is gated behind having to play through it one time. And I personally think that's really bad game design. I mean, Mega Man Battle Network 4 is a good example. I think one of the X games potentially has an issue with that. I can't remember, I think it's 7 maybe? I know there's one of those that has something dumb with it. I'm trying to think of other games off the top of my head. They're clearly not the only games. I know there's other games. I just don't play them. Because if the true game is locked behind having to spend 8, 12, 20 hours, even spending 3 hours, I think it's just crazy. Like, just let me play the actual game, please. But anyway, I've rambled and ranted enough. So in closing, Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, a fantastic 8-bit recreation of classic NES and Famicom games using the VRC6 subprocessor, audio channels, basically sound chip, in short, which is almost exclusively used on Castlevania 3, and I definitely recommend you go out and get it if you don't have it. If somehow this, it would be really cool if someone could do it, but if somehow this game is able to be ported to an NES, and granted, there's a lot of complications trying to do that. Like, basically, you would have to find all the, like, on the screen, for example, You have the notorious FCEUX hot pink in the middle of the Bloodstained and a couple parts of the moon. You have like the Kirby pink up top. You have the third red, which is like basically like a brick red from like, oh geez, from like, oh geez, I'm trying to think. It's old, we're talking old school. Like maybe Windows 98 or something. Or maybe it's Windows 2000. Anyway, there was a color that was just called brick red or just brick. That's essentially what that is. So like the color palette in this game looks like it's from an FCEUX palette, which I've pretty sure already rambled on before. Super common, so, or one of the other ones I already rambled on, like the 3DS first console. But it would be cool to see. It would be a crazy project for someone to undertake. Anyway, I've rambled way too long. Game's amazing. I highly recommend you get it, and I will talk to you later. Peace.